Radical.
All right, so it's one of my multitasking uploads here. I got to talk about this. I got to spend a couple minutes talking about this and work this into the channel somehow. I'm multitasking currently on my royal throne in the bathroom, taking care of business, watching Moneyball at double speed to make sure there's no hiccups in that movie so I can sell it this weekend at my store. And right now I'm talking about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, I'm sure every one of you know exactly who Mike Tyson is. You know, the next game Mike Tyson Punch-Out, the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. I think he won his first title in '86. He was 20 years old. So yeah, one of the best boxers to ever do it. A legendary boxer, right up there with the very best. Also a part cannibal, because he literally bit the ear off of a fighter that he was fighting. It's a dirty bit of a move. So he's going to be taking on Jake Paul, and I hope Jake Paul wears a helmet and some ear guards or some shit. I mean, I know I would if I was getting in the ring with Mike Tyson. I would say, listen, even if I can't wear a helmet, I got to wear some shit on my ears. I got to wear some Xbox or PlayStation earphones or some shit, you know. But they're going to be fighting. Some of you are saying, what? Jake Paul? The weird YouTuber that basically made his career jumping around, doing flips, acting like a jackass, dancing around. Like, yeah, that guy. He's apparently a big-time boxer right now. He's won 9 out of his 10 bouts. I can't tell you the details of how good these boxers were he was fighting or if he handpicked his opponents. But he's won 9 out of 10 boxing fights. So he's moved on from YouTube. Logan Paul's, I think, still doing the YouTube thing, isn't he? I mean, he's a WWE wrestler. When he's not YouTubing or wrestling in WWE, he is busy scamming people with things like CryptoZoo. So these brothers are not exactly the most savory of brothers. So there's a lot of people that are really, really waiting and wanting one of these motherfuckers to get knocked the fuck out, right? But like I said, Jake Paul's won 9 of his last 10 boxing fights. He's in his late 20s. He'll be taking on Tyson, who is about to turn 58 years old, so almost 60 years old. I forget how exactly the exhibition fight went between Tyson and the other guy. I talked about it years ago, but I've already forgotten about that. How was that fight? How was that exhibition? This is going to be an exhibition. And in the rules of an exhibition, it's not going to be judged. It's an exhibition unsanctioned. It's not going to be judged. The only way you can win is by knockout. I kind of like that. That's a little more exciting than a boxing match being judged. I like that. So who has the most to lose and who has the most to gain here? Because, well, if you're Mike Tyson and you lose at this stage, I don't know if a lot of people would be, criticizing him for losing at almost 60 to a opponent that's 30 years younger, but it is a former YouTuber. I don't know if that classifies or qualifies a lot in the factoring of how people would criticize Tyson, but I think there's more criticism that would be levied at Jake Paul because he's much closer to his prime. I mean, he's not even 30, right? So he's got 30 years on Mike Tyson. I don't know how that factors in. I mean, maybe it'd be balanced because you have an ex-heavyweight champion, but he's old. He's very old by like boxing standards. And then you have a young up-and-comer, right? So maybe it would be balanced. Who has the most to lose and who has the most to gain here? I mean, if Jake Paul loses, then he's basically lost to someone really old. I guess it depends on like how close it is, or if it is a maybe a first or second round complete knockout, then that would be pretty embarrassing for either one. Mostly Jake Paul would be embarrassing, but he got put on his ass in the first 2 minutes. The rounds, by the way, are going to be just 2 minutes each round, and they're using heavier boxing gloves. I can't tell you a whole lot about boxing. I really can't. My apologies there. So I don't know. With heavier 16-ounce gloves, I guess it's less of an impact because there's more cushion in gloves, I suppose. Now, they're going to be fighting at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They're going to be fighting there. And it has a maximum capacity of 80,000 there. I'm not sure if it's sold out. I can't give you that. I mean, I can look it up now, but like I said, I'm multitasking. I wouldn't be surprised if it's sold out. I have some statements from Mike Tyson on this. Can I try to do it in the Mike Tyson voice? I know. I can't pull that off, can I? I'm 58 and what? I'm getting billions of views from just talking to somebody from fighting. Everybody, even the most of the athletes, they're jealous. That's whack. He's 58. He's 57. I say in your prime, you couldn't draw a million people, man. What are you talking about? You couldn't sell out an arena. Who at 58 could sell out an 80,000 seat arena? And also he adds, why do you think he wants to fight me and not anybody else? Everybody wants to fight him. Other boxers want to fight him. But if he fought them, the only people that would come were the people that like him. The other guys, their parents, they might not even come to watch him. That's just keeping it real. They're too boring for their children to watch. It's like watching grass grow. Oh, there's some smack talking right there. That he's boring. I'll second that, A lot of people are going here because they want to see Tyson fight again. Because the legend Tyson, because of the legendary career, because of who he is. One of the greatest living boxers currently there is of all time. So I would wager that 80 to 90% of people, maybe even more, are going there to see Tyson. And specifically, they're going there to see Tyson knock Jake Paul on his fucking ass.